Hello again. Today we will be looking at the later 3 episodes of Walking with Dinosaurs 2025. Let's waste no more time and see how entertaining and accurate the last 3 episodes are. Episode 4, The Pack. Designs. The Albertosaurus is very accurate. Even the correct type of feathers are used, called down feathers. Feathers in Tyrannosaurs are controversial in the Nucosaurus and Gorgosaurus, but Albertosaurus is possible. However, we have found fragments of scales from Albertosaurines with scales, so feathers on top is possible. The Rhinoceratops was very accurate. The horns may have had a keratin sheath over the horns and may have curved up, but that's just speculation. But it is also oversized at 2 tons when the real one was 1.3 tons. The Edmontosaurus regalis is much better than the Edmontosaurus annectens. It rightfully has the soft tissue crest and better coloration, but the skull should still be longer and narrower. The Cryodracon has a decent design, but the back legs are too long and is too top heavy. The ammonites did get this big actually. Here in Australia, we have ammonites the size of tractor wheels. Now, pack hunting in dinosaurs is very controversial, but Albertosaurus was probably the best genus to represent pack hunting. This can be explained why over 20 individuals of different ages were found together, but it could have also just been a flash flood or a predator trap. This episode has the best CGI of the entire series, and the present day scenes were okay, and don't ruin the pacing as much as other episodes. Cannibalism is mentioned, which is accurate. Carnivores in a state of desperation will eat others of their kind. Again, the Edmontosaurus crest could only be in males, but we really don't know since we've only found one specimen with the crest. They actually used practical effects for the ammonites being fed on by the Cryodracon, like the 1999 original. Astarchids and other pterosaurs should have rounded tips, unlike the one in the documentary. Pointed tips can affect their flying capabilities, and under the wrong conditions can come falling out of the sky. Face biting is shown, which is accurate. Teeth marks have been found in Tyrannosaurus, Daspletosaurus, and Albertosaurus. Now, when the paleontologist described the idea of Albertosaurs using their arms to signal to their mates, I thought it was going to be like sign language from Jurassic Fight Club, but it is more possible but still unlikely. I doubt they had this much flexibility to rub alongside each other, and was possible to be shaped like this after death, like from scavengers. T-Rex arms could lift 180 kilograms on one arm, so Albertosaurus being 4 times smaller, it can probably lift around 45 kilos with each arm. So they were clearly being used for something. Again, the carnivore acts bloodthirsty and runs early into a herd of hundreds of Edmontosauruses and dies, so at least he's out of the gene pool. Episode 5, The Journey North. Designs. The Pachyrhinosaurus is decent, better than the Walking with Dinosaurs 3D movie, but the horn appears to have been fused into one horn when the real one had 3 horns. The Edmontosaurus looks the same as it did in episode 4, but claimed it was 6 tons and 9 meters, 1 meter shorter than the pack Edmontosaurus from the past episode. Same with Cryodracon. It's the same design. The Gorgosaurus is just a reused model of Albertosaurus and is accurate as the Albertosaurus, but the Gorgosaurus should be bulkier than Albertosaurus, and no visible fenestrae is seen, which is accurate. Now, they claim that Edmontosaurus and Pachyrhinosaurus migrated north from Canada to Alaska. While dinosaurs probably did migrate, like sauropods, but the migrating Pachyrhinosaurus and Edmontosaurus in different locations simply are just different species. We know this due to bone growth. The Alaskan species have less bone growth, which is a sign of an animal spends majority of their life in darkness, not travelling back and forth. Head-butting marginocephalians seems likely. Triceratops and Pachycephalosaurus have evidence of head-butting, so it seems likely for Pachyrhinosaurus, especially with the big boss on their nose. The CGI was okay. The models were really good, almost prehistoric planet level, but the interactions with the environments like the shadow weren't great. The pupils of Pachyrhinosaurus were like goat eyes, which seems accurate, but really, the hadrosaurs should also have these. They also talk about dinosaur resilience. Dinosaurs can survive multiple insane injuries, and Allosaurus was impaled through the pelvis, commonly known as the crotch shot, by a Stegosaurus, and we all know about Big Al, but Stan the T-Rex was the most impressive, with broken ribs, a broken neck, and another T-Rex's tooth in his brain case, all healed over. Individual variation in Pachyrhinosaurus is 100% accurate, most likely from the ancestral species Styracosaurus with extreme individual variation. The claim herbivores are peaceful, which is very inaccurate. To a predator, you have to prove that you're worth it, but to herbivores, you just need them seem like a threat. Have you ever heard of elephants, rhinos, or hippos? Or what about the animal called Black Death, or Widowmaker due to killing hunters, the Cape buffalo? Flooding helps the fossilization process, so we found multiple fossils from flooding. Pachyrhinosaurus have been found in the hundreds by floods, while Centrosaurus has been found in the thousands by floods. Episode 6, Island of Giants. Designs. The Lusotitan Old Grant has a great design. It is oversized at 40 tons, while the real one was 30 tons, but they got the speed right at 5 miles per hour, or 8 kilometers per hour. The Torvosaurus is the most accurate megalosaurid we've ever seen in a documentary. Perfect in every way, well, except for the tail that should be longer and the reduced or no crests. The pliosaur, not that one, the smaller than the 25-meter Liopleurodon, and more accurate at 8 meters is used. Scavenging is also a good touch. Most dinosaurs wouldn't have passed on free food, but they were also capable of killing. Lusotitan was not the tallest dinosaur. Sauroposeidon from North America rival it in height, and an unnamed species of Mamenchosaurus is much taller. The CGI is probably one of the worst in the series. Sometimes the footprints in the sand, sometimes they're not, along with the dinosaurs leaving footprints. The present day scenes were okay. Again, they spoil what happens next, but they do demonstrate how paleontologists can be dangerous. Climbing up cliffs with the sea smashing against the rocks right below you. This can be very dangerous for paleontologists. They show the Lusotitan eating bones to help heal its leg. This is for the calcium, and what giraffes do today. If vitamins are low, herbivores will substitute with eating meat or bones, live or dead animals. Communicating sauropods with stomps may be possible like elephants, however still speculative. Now, dancing sauropods, they may have danced, but not like this. Brachiosaurids, which is the family of Lusotitan, could not rear up on their back legs due to being too front heavy, unlike diplodocids. Now, the balloons in the head may be likely, despite the appearance. This can explain why brachiosaurids have large crests fenestrae, once thought to be nostrils. I think this is probably more likely than the neck balloons in prehistoric planets Dreadnoughtus. Final thoughts. This is my ranking of the episodes. The top 2 were my favourite due to because it did something different from other documentaries, which is really unfortunate because the other Walking with Dinosaurs standed out really good. And there was only one episode in the Jurassic and none in the Triassic. Really annoyed me. We're not at prehistoric planet level, but we'll also know we're close to Dinosaur with Stephen Fry. My thoughts on the series, I give it a 7.5 out of 10 for accuracy and 6 out of 10 for entertainment, due to nothing being special, making it a total of 6.25 out of 10. It's not bad, but it's not amazing as it could have been. Comparing it to the 1999 Walking with Dinosaurs, it's not as good. Still, the original stands out more, while the newer one doesn't stand out as much. So it's good documentary, but not as good as the original. If you like this content, I will make more dinosaur documentary reviews. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe, and stay tuned for more paleontology news.